Hi there, my name is Andy Rowe and this is trendfollower.co.uk on Saturday the 30th of May 2015, and in this video I'm going to have a look at some of the key ETFs that I like to look at each week just to see really how the markets are doing. So I'm going to start off with the FTSE 250. So these are the 250 largest UK companies lumped together in an ETF, and you can see that really since the beginning of this year it's been going up. This last week it fell back, but sort of within the bounds of reasonable expectation. Occasionally you get a run of things going up all the time, but you'll get setbacks and rises, setbacks and rises. The previous week was a rise. This last week was a bit of a setback, but within normal limits. So I'd say this is a rising market. So great if you're invested in the UK markets. Let's look at oil. Oil was falling last year, massively so. This year it's been bouncing around and appeared to be recovering this spring, but in the past few weeks it's fallen back again. But look at this candle. This week the price of oil fell right down, but it recovered. And this is a candle with a long tail on the underneath of it. And to some people this will suggest that there was resistance to the price falling much further, and so the price rose back up again. So one might argue that prices are going to rise from here. If we look at, for instance, this candle, this marked the low. There was a long tail on it, and after that it rose. It rose to a peak here, and there was long candle wick on the top, and so the price had risen but was pushed down, and now it's fallen and been pushed up. So what will happen next week? Who knows? These things, of course, are not absolutes, but maybe there'll be a rise in the price of oil next week. We'll see. It'd be interesting to see. I'd like it to rise because I'm long oil at the moment, so it's in my interest for the price to go up, but not if I fill up my car with petrol, of course, mind you. Gold went down this week. In fact, it gapped down. That's interesting. Boom. So quite a big drop in the price of gold. This line down here represents a bit of a low. If I open the graph out, you can see that gold's been falling really since the end of 2011, and really it seems to have made a couple of lows here. And if it gets down to there, maybe that's a good buying opportunity. Who knows? So Europe now. Last week I was lamenting how the weeks before the price of European shares have been falling in spite of quantitative easing, and that week there'd been a rise in the European share price, but this week it went down again. So there we go. UK property, not much to say really. A slight drop in UK property price there. Looking at the iShares UK property ETF, little drop there. US markets, they made a high the week before, but this last week they pulled back a little bit. So it sort of seems to be going sideways at the moment, the US market. Vanguard bond, total bond market went up a little bit this week. Let's open this up. So you can see how the graph here just goes, well, largely sideways, up a little bit, but yeah, it's fallen, now it's risen. I can't get too excited about bonds ever, but there we go. So what's the summary? Things have fallen back slightly this week, I think is the truth with most things. There we go. So in fact that's reflected in my own portfolio. My other video, my open positions, yeah, most of them fell back a little bit, but within sort of reasonable expectation. So not such a good week in the markets, but ebb and flow. There we go.